What's going on, car family? I'm Ben Wayne. Thanks for joining me in another video. Today, we're here to check out a minivan that we're all familiar with. This is the Chrysler Pacifica, but it's not just a regular Pacifica. This is the Chrysler Pacifica Hybrid Limited S model, right? This is a luxurious minivan, but it has a hybrid powertrain component incorporated into the vehicle. So let's just go ahead and talk about the power plant. What you're getting is a 3.6 liter, 6-cylinder power plant in combination with hybrid components. So your output's going to be 260 horsepower. Your range just on electric alone is up to 32 miles, but your combined range on a full tank of fuel and full charge is about 520 miles. So that's giving you about 82 miles per gallon equivalent for this vehicle, which is quite impressive. Now, the price point for this vehicle is about $60,000. Now, keep in mind, since this is a hybrid vehicle, you're looking at getting up to a $7,500 tax credit when purchasing this hybrid minivan. So the minivan has been out for quite some time. You guys are all familiar with Chrysler. They've been doing it for a long time. I mean, they invented this, right? This is probably one of the first hybrid minivans on the road, but the overall styling we're familiar with. Now, I did mention this has the limited S appearance package. Now, it's not a performance upgrade, but it does help the minivan look more sporty than a traditional minivan. So it's going to give you black accents throughout the entire vehicle. So starting up front, you have a blacked out Chrysler badge, right? You also have black trim pieces as well. It's almost like a revised front fascia that really just takes the looks up a notch when compared to the traditional Pacifica. Now you also have LED headlamps and daytime running lamps as well, as to be expected in a vehicle coming out in 2022. Now the proportions, they're minivan proportions. It's not getting around that. This isn't like the Kia Carnival that kind of veered away from the traditional minivan design. Chrysler actually embraces that minivan design even more. Now this pearl clear coat, it's a deep red, looks gorgeous, especially against those black accents of the S package. The S appearance package really looks good. Coming along to the side profile, you have 17-inch wheels. Now these wheels have an interesting, unique design when compared to most other minivans on the segment. You know, in terms of other minivans on the market, it seems like they don't spend a lot of time in designing a stylish wheel. They just throw a wheel on there from whatever wheel bin they have, but that's not the case for this one. So it has stylish 17-inch wheels on it, done in almost like a carbon black. So it looks nice, goes well with the paintwork as well. The proportions, as you would expect, typical minivan proportions on the side profile. You do have gloss black accents surrounding the window surrounds. I think that looks good as opposed to a traditional chrome. Makes it look a little bit more sporty. Coming towards the back, of course, you have LED tail lamps. Open up that hatch. Of course, you have 3 rows of seating, right? So your third row is in the back there. That can fold down into the floor, which is really convenient. And you have tons of storage in this vehicle, which was the purpose of a minivan in the first place. So if you drop the third row and then drop the second row or remove the second row, you're looking at about 140 cubic feet of storage. 140 cubic feet of storage, right? So this is a vehicle that's obviously designed for a family in mind. If you have kids and you'd like to do road trips or you have to take them to school or soccer practice, that's what this car is marketing to, that crowd, right? So this has been out for a while now, and Chrysler over the years has truly perfected the equation when it comes to the minivan that they put out. Now, in terms of the interior, it's done in black Napa leather. That's very impressive. It's high quality leather here. So starting with the seats, you'll notice we have armrests up front, and you'll notice the S badge embroidered into the black Napa leather because of that S appearance package, right? It's very comfortable. The seats feature 3 levels of heating and cooling, easily something that you could drive on a long road trip. That is the primary purpose of vehicles like this, being able to take a family along on a long road trip. So the seats I would like to say they are top tier in terms of comfortability. The ventilation works extremely well, and you're not going to feel any back fatigue. So plenty of support for your back there. And I love the armrest as well. The steering wheel is done in that smooth black Napa leather. It's heated, features contrast stitching. Of course, you have Chrysler badging in the middle here. I will note that the Chrysler badge is done in chrome as opposed to the gloss black that you'll find on the exterior. Behind the steering wheel, you do have 2 analog gauges on either side, and then a digital screen in the middle there that shows you your charge rate and your distance that you can go on a full charge, or what charge you have, or your fuel and your range, right? So the typical information is provided up there. Now, speaking of charging, if you have a level 2 charger, you could reach a full charge in about 2 hours on this vehicle. And like I said, if you just want to go pure electric, you have about 32 miles of range there. Coming over to the center portion, you do have a nice, vibrant digital display here. It does have wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You have a 360-degree camera system that works pretty well. But one thing of note I want to mention is that you do have a fam cam available. So it allows you to see the occupants on the second and third rows and see who's giving you a hard time or who's acting up during family trips. So the fam cam option, when it comes to minivans, that is imperative, because obviously you have kids if you have one of these. So that's pretty cool, and you can use it while in motion. Now the surround view camera, I noticed, that one has great quality. It's good for parking situations. I've used it quite a bit. You cannot bring it up while the car is in motion for obvious reasons. It's not really needed while the car is in motion. But once you come to a stop, you're able to use that. Now, I will note controls such as your heated steering wheel or your heated seats and your ventilated seat controls can all be found in this touchscreen menu. Now, it's going to take a little bit of learning to navigate the menu because they're not physical buttons. I wish there were physical buttons for the heated and cooled seats. Here's the surround view camera since we're stopped. You can see that there, and I have different options just to give you guys a quick look there. But if you want to go into comfort, just hit that, and then you have controls for your heated seats, your ventilated seats, and heated steering wheel. So the first row is heated and cooled, right? Now coming lower in the center console, you do have physical buttons for your air conditioning system. So I do like how they kept the physical buttons there. I find that particularly useful, so I don't have to be too distracted when I want to make adjustments to my climate, right? If you need to put on the ventilated seats while you're driving, you have to use that touchscreen, and it's going to require a bit more concentration. So that's just something worth mentioning. You do have a rotary knob here for your park, reverse, neutral, drive. And then coming lower, you do have a button for your electronic parking brake. Coming lower, you do have 4 USB ports, wireless charging, so plenty of opportunities for charging there. You have 2 cup holders, and then plenty of storage here in the center console. Coming over to the door panels, the top is done in an injection molding material. You do have a silver door handle here, controls for all 4 windows, and a little bit of leather with stitching on the door panels, and then plenty of storage on the bottom of the doors as well. Coming towards the second row, one thing I like about that, and we've seen this on minivans before, is that you can open those second row doors using the remote or just buttons located on the top up front here. So I really like how you can control those doors automatically. That's really convenient if you have kids that need to get in or out of the vehicle. Now the second row does feature nice captain's chairs done in the same quality that you see up here. So it's done in the black Napa leather with the white piping. And of course you have USB ports back there, and you also have a multimedia entertainment system back there to keep your passengers or occupants entertained during long drives. Now coming towards the third row, you do have cup holders and USB ports back there as well. So everybody's getting a great deal of amenities, right? So this car is just built for comfort, long cruises. It is a family vehicle. Now, one thing about the black interior is that it's kind of dark. There are some other color options available, but if you notice, Chrysler went ahead and gave you a huge panoramic roof in this vehicle, and that's going to give you tons of natural light in the Pacifica. So I think in terms of luxury, this car has got you covered because this is high quality leather. There's some minivans out there that do have leather, but it's not like the black Napa leather. This is a higher quality, and you can truly feel it just as you put your hands on the surfaces of the vehicle. You have the heated and ventilated seats, you have the 360-degree camera system, you have the fam cam. Everything that you could want in a minivan is here. So between the climate controls up front, the USB ports, the heated and cooled seats, you also have USB ports back there and climate controls in the rear as well, because there's nothing more annoying than driving and somebody in the back asking you to make temperature adjustments. They can take care of that themselves. So I love how you have different zones for your climate control. So taking a step back, in this package, in this trim level with the luxury, and then the appearance package with the black gloss accents on the exterior, Chrysler has got you covered in a modern, refined look in today's minivan. Let me know what you guys think about this one. Is this a vehicle that you would consider for your family, given it does have a 60,000 MSRP? I'm not gonna lie, that is up there, but you still are getting $7,500 of a tax credit since this is a hybrid vehicle. Up to 32 miles full electric range, 520 miles on a full charge and full tank. So that's something worth considering. Let me know what you guys think about this one in the comment section. And until next time, I'm Ben Wayne, the automotive reviewer that YouTube deserves.